Good afternoon. Thanks everyone for coming. I'm joined today to help field some questions and to provide a statement. The President and CEO of Technology North, Ling Huang, is here with his son Brian. The Chief Innovation and Technology Officer for the Edmonton Police Service, whose idea it was to forge this partnership, Ron Anderson, is here as well. I want to thank you all for coming. As outlined in our media release, we're really excited to announce one of our newest partnerships, and that's with Technology North. Technology North came into the perspective of the police service when Ling was part of the TELUS Community Safety Wellness Accelerator in 2022, which is powered by Alchemist X and facilitated by the Edmonton Police Foundation. And it was at that time that the Edmonton Police Service learned of his very unique and very successful autism employment program, where individuals who are on the autism spectrum are provided employment through Technology North. And the role that they perform currently is that they are working on the digitization of documents. And they take paper documents, digitize them for organizations, governmental organizations, local organizations. And we took that idea and we thought, now that we're in a position to be scaling our body-worn video program under the provincial mandate that all police services in Alberta will equip their police officers with body-worn video, a really big part of that system, and it is a digital evidence management system, is the redaction of that video to prepare it for disclosure to the Crown Prosecutor Service. That activity of redaction is repeatable, it takes a lot of attention to detail, and is really meticulous work, and the results of that are really the product that we disclose for prosecution. The workforce that Ling has at Technology North and people who are on the autism spectrum in general excel at tasks that require this level of expertise, and that's evidenced through the work that they currently do with Tech North. It's structured work, it's repeatable work, and as an organization that fully embraces inclusivity in our workplace, diversity across all of our work products, it became really natural that we were going to seek out a research opportunity with Technology North to see what it would look like for some of the employees of Technology North to work in our space in the task of redacting body-worn video. We've trained 4 employees of Technology North on the tool that we use. You may be able to speak with some of them today. They are in the building today. And we're incrementally increasing out of the training environment where we will soon be getting into the operational environment where we will be providing them tasks in relation to video that has been recorded of actual incidents that have occurred in the city of Edmonton that will be going for disclosure to the courts, and they will be the staff members that will be doing the redaction on those videos when we receive instruction back from the Crown Prosecution Service as to which areas are to be redacted. So redaction really is the act of taking anything in a video that should not be disclosed. So if there is the license plate number of a vehicle not involved in a traffic stop, if there is a witness that is involved in something that privacy concerns indicate that should not be disclosed. If there are children caught in a video or captured in a video, that is always to be disclosed. So anything that is set for disclosure, that there are privacy concerns around it, we indicate that to the Crown Prosecution Service that we would like to redact that. They acknowledge and permit those redactions to be done. And then there is the actual physical process of blurring that image out, vetting that audio in a way that no privacy impacts are found from anyone who's not associated to the event. And this is the function that we will be having in this partnership with Technology North. This is the function that the Tech North employees will be performing for us. It is, as I said, very meticulous work. It does require a lot of times for it to be done frame by frame. It takes a lot of time, attention, and expertise to do it. And it has been our experience through the work that Ling and his team do and the process that they have set up and the working environment that they have set up, that the individuals who work for Technology North, who are on the autism spectrum, it's a perfect fit for what we're trying to do, not only in relation to the function, but who we want to be as social partners in the city of Edmonton, who we want to be as an organization, as an inclusive employer. This is a partnership that we're very, very excited for, and I'd like now to invite Ling up in order to provide a few words around what the partnership looks like from the perspective of Technology North and his employees there.
Good afternoon. My name is Ling Huang. I'm the CEO of Technology North. Beside me is Brian Huang. He is my son. He's on the autism spectrum. About 10 years ago, when Brian was 14 years old, my wife and I actually start asking the question, what would Brian's life look like? According to CDC published data, about 3% of the population is on the autism spectrum, and over 90% of them are unemployed. If you look at the impact in society, if we take individual on autism spectrum, it's not just individual, it's actually impacting entire family. You have the parents, grandparents, aunt, sibling, and if you take a ratio 1 to 10, they are close to, the ratio, like in Alberta, according to the CDC data, estimate in Edmonton alone, there are over 30,000 families have children on the spectrum. Okay? And if you take a 1 to 5 to ratio or 1 to 10 ratio, you look at half of the Edmonton city, half the citizens in Edmonton are impacted by autism one way or another way. So really, Brian's diagnosis lead us to develop the RoboCoach software. It's an in-house development software, and the software is actually a facilitation tool to facilitate the workflow. It's also well-being management software. And so really, we look at this partnership is the question my wife and asked myself is about 10 years ago, what is Brian going to do after high school? And the answer is this kind of partnership is leading to a public and a private sectors must work together to create innovative and sustainable solution to address social challenges. This is actually a quote from the chief, from Edmonton Police Chief, and this quote very much resonates with us and with our team. December 2019, we launched a program called TN Digital Services, which is a dedicated autism employment program. We start with 4 employees with support by 1 job coach. Today, we have 20 employees supported by 2 job coach. And in the last 4 years, we have done digitization over 3,000 to 4,000 boxes, millions and millions of pages, and based on our team's unique skill, attention to detail, and a deep focus, and we achieve nearly 100% accuracy. So when Edmonton Police approached to us with this partnership, it immediately gets our team really excited. So we actually build the software and the process, and we are now getting the team training and ready to taking on this work. And we think this partnership, it's a very unique, it's one of its kind, and it's actually, I never heard anything like this before. So it will set a benchmark for other cities, for other countries to follow. And I think we will love this kind of work. We very much appreciate the opportunity from Ron and Derek, extend to us. And we have some family member here as well. We've been doing, our team has been training on this program, and they actually absolutely love this kind of work. Brian, my son, actually said, this is the best work he ever tested before. So he loved it. I think our team will love it, and also create very unique opportunities for, for many families, transforming family from desperate to really hopeful. And yeah, we're very excited about this. Yeah.
So we'll open it up to questions.
Yeah. Any questions?
Darcy Robchan, City News Edmonton. Are you able to speak to where EPS is at with the implementation of the 286, I think it was, body cameras that are supposed to be by July?
Great question. So we are in what we're calling phase 1. We received our first shipment of 80 additional cameras today from our contractor, our vendor, Axon. And over the course of the summer, we will be receiving all the hardware in relation to what their rollout looks like. We start our training in September, and by the end of the year, we will have 280 operational cameras, within which we'll be generating a significantly more amount of digital evidence than we currently do, which makes this partnership even more important. Ling's readiness and willingness in order for this to scale along with the police service is something that we're really excited for.
On that note, can you speak to the experience or what EPS has learned from the trial with the 35 cameras?
Is that this is a piece of police equipment that, though it came to us via a provincial mandate, we were contemplating a roadmap that had in-car video and body-worn video as it was. The provincial mandate just accelerated that. This is instrumental equipment. It's fundamental baseline equipment that should be implemented across policing as a profession. We're really excited with the quality of the evidence that we're able to provide in prosecutions. We're really excited about the rapidity that internal investigations or complaints about our officers, once the video is presented, that investigation time shortens drastically. And it's really going to provide not only really high quality digital evidence, but it's also going to provide the transparency that I think Edmontonians really want from their police service.
Nav Singh, CTV News Edmonton. Can we talk a little bit about RoboCoach and how that actually works in helping?
Absolutely. We happen to have the person who invented it right here.
So the challenge with people on the spectrum in the competitive employment space is twofold. A is their well-being, manage their well-being. And the second thing is, overcome the challenges. The couple of challenges, it's a support cost. And because people on the spectrum require on-site job coaches supporting them. So try to support a group of people out in the spectrum with one job coach requires some kind of tool to do that. So RoboCoach is actually a tool built for that. It manages the well-being and allow autistic employees, or we call it a team member, to be able to send the questions or alert management if there's anything they need help with. The second thing is also facilitate their work and create a chain of custody, because in the line of work we do, especially for lawyers, for provincial government, for Justice Department, they require the chain of custody of each document or each page, who did preparation, who did the scanning, who did verification. So we have a customer build a tool and can track from end to end. That's the tool. And you actually are welcome to come to our office if you want to see that in action.
When it comes to this kind of work, redacting this kind of information, it requires, of course, it's a lot of detail and requires a lot of hyper-focus. And I know that people who are not neurodivergent and who are autistic, some of them have that hyper-focus. Do you think that helps in this kind of work?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we come up, when Brian was 18 years old in 2018, we start, after high school, we took Brian on, and then quickly we learned their special talent, attention to detail and a deep focus, and they also have a photograph memory. And most of the people on the spectrum have this kind of talent. So the question is, how do we use that talent and transfer them into a competitive business environment? So starting in 2019, we started developing this software called RoboCoach, and over the last 4 years, we have actually continued to improve the tool, and now we're even including function for data management, and as well as we just built an extension to connect with, in the future, to connect with the body cam evidence software, so can facilitate our tool, facilitate our team, just like a document digitization as well.
Travis McEwen, CBC News Edmonton. As this is in the early stages here right now and 4 employees are involved, I'm wondering if this is maybe a bit of a pilot, if there's potential for an expansion, or how many employees you could have do this work.
It is very much, we're treating this like a research agreement right now. Is we want to be very mindful of, this is new work for the employees of Technology North. It is a new redaction services in general is new to the Edmonton Police Service. So we're really kind of treating this under that of let's take this venture together in the training stages. That training stage started a month ago in relation to learning what the redaction tool capabilities are, how it can integrate with RoboCoach, whether the employees of Technology North like doing this type of work. These are all really important things that we've considered. We're now through the month of training, and we're at the point of what's this going to look like in the real world with real redactable video going on. And we haven't had conversations of scale, but if this continues the way that it is in relation to the successes that we're seeing in this partnership, scaling this would not be surprising to me. We are always wanting to be really good corporate and social partners to any of the private sector in Edmonton. What we see right now with Technology North is not something we could replicate inside the organization. And the fact that we could have this service provided in partnership by an Edmonton company that employs people of neurodivergence is remarkable. And it's an opportunity that we have to seize not only in research, but try to think down the road of what this could look like at scale. And those are things that we haven't had those formal discussions yet, but it is something that is certainly we're mindful of, and conversations that Ling and I and my boss and the chief have all the time.
Yeah, in addition to this, we started 4 years ago, and we now have 20 employees working in our office. Part of a set of employees now is on training, working with EPS on the body cam. But right now we're receiving 2 resumes every single day. So only through word of mouth. We have not done any advertising. So there are a lot of families right now actually looking at try to find employment for their loved ones on the spectrum. And if you look at Alberta as a whole, there are over 75,000 people right now on issue benefits. Many of them is on the spectrum. And if they, right now, and pretty much they just staying home in the basement, play video game all day, and that leads to social further isolations and addictions and depressions, and eventually when the family is no longer support them, and many actually them may potentially become homeless. So for us, this is very important, create a job and create a routine. Now, it's actually job is not just a job. It's actually a place to develop their confidence, engagement, and develop their friendships. We actually see huge change for every single employees in our shop since the beginning to now. It's like a 90-day difference. I have 3 parents actually attending this one. And if you're interested, you can ask them the impact on the individuals or their sons on the spectrum. I can't really emphasize enough to have a job. So part of our challenge to try to scale this is actually also develop a successful partnership with the public sectors. If you look at Alberta, if I look at the entire world, the biggest buyer is the public sectors. So really try to develop a model to involve public sector is actually quite difficult, quite challenging for us. So what I'm hoping with the Edmonton Police, this model, is really setting a benchmark for other public sectors to follow. And if we, public sector, can put aside the 10% of their procurement, they can create thousands of jobs for Alberta. And then if the public sector start doing that, and the private sector will follow as well.
Okay, if we don't have any more questions, we'll end the formal portion of our program, and we'll invite some of the parents to come forward.
One more, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
A bit of a problem on my end here. Could you answer again when you said to Darcy's question on the amount of the cameras we're expecting?
Okay. So the EPS has received its first or second shipment. The proof of concept, we had 35 cameras. We've just received today an additional 80 cameras on our way to having 280 deployable cameras. We are receiving our shipments throughout the summer, developing our training modules throughout the summer, and then the beginning of the fall in September, we start our training. And by the end of this year, we will have 280 deployed body-worn cameras, which will be feeding our digital evidence management system significantly, which makes the requirement for redaction services like the kind that Technology North is providing in partnership with us really important.
One more question too. I'm wondering just on context, has there been anything like this with EPS before in terms of a relationship with employees who are on the spectrum of autism?
Not in my recent recollection of the 27 years I've been with the Edmonton Police Service. We are really pioneering, and we're pioneering in a way that isn't forged by us. we're pioneering because of Ling and because he is a pioneer in relation to what Technology North is doing for the neurodivergent sector, and we're thrilled to be part of it. This is a heart project for many of us, as Ling had said. People on the neurodivergent or autism spectrum touches a lot of people. I'm one of them. So there is a lot that goes along with how great this really is from a business perspective, but also just from a human perspective.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you all.